Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Eric's supposed to be here, so.
No?
He's on his way. I just texted him.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll do roll call since no one's here to do it. Rachel?
Yes.
Fred?
Present.
Eric? No. Brooke? No. Vanessa? No. Ian? Yes. Okay. Agenda amendments and approval. Is there a motion to make?
I'll make a motion to approve the
Fred made
agenda.
the motion to approve.
I second.
Okay. Sorry, I have to do minutes too. It'll take me longer.
You're
All in
good.
favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes from March 26th.
I approve the minutes.
Yeah.
Rachel.
I'll second.
Fred second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Citizens input, we have none. Financial statements, itemized expense year to date. In the package you sent out was more, which is a lot more than we normally get, but at least go over this.
Gene is finding the balance.
Yeah, I'll have to go over it. Let me show you what we used to get. That'll be easier if I just bring it in and show you.
Yep.
what I-
Take her what she used to get and she will be able to
Yeah,
work it. She
because
said she
what-
wasn't quite sure which report to run, so she was
Yeah.
hoping this was the one.
It's usually, it's because you got the whole detailed report, which is like every penny that came in, every expense that came out.
I think if you, on the report, if you bring the last one, it should have the little report code on the bottom and she can use it to find it.
Right,
That'll be.
what we usually, it's called my detailed report, so I don't know if it's Jason's or Brad's.
That's just what it's called in the system, but that'll help. If you take her the one, she can replicate it.
Okay,
Now you have it.
That's you.
Certainly.
okay, that's
Yeah,
okay.
these are really detailed.
Yeah, it's really detailed.
Written pages.
You can look at it here. Now what I'm using on here. Here. Let me show you how detailed it is. Because every income and everything paid out, which is a lot more than we normally get.
Did you really print all that out?
I just want to make the city do it. But it's 33 pages back, front and back. But if you guys want to review that at a later date, okay. Did you get your email, Ian? Okay, did it open up for you?
Oh, yeah.
See, I guess I'm the only one that didn't open for it. Didn't like me. So let's at least go off this one we have here, the account summary.
I seem to be having trouble getting emails from
Hmm.
you guys.
Yes.
Join the club.
You've got to take us out of your spam folder.
No, it just wouldn't open for me. Did it open for
I
you,
used to get
Eric?
it before.
The one from yesterday, yeah. Is the attachment from the last meeting notes?
Yeah,
That one, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they should open. It's just Adobe.
I don't know what it was. It just didn't want to do it for me. So, okay, any questions on this first part? Special event income, you probably know what that is. Right now, 716.
I believe is that daddy daughter?
Well, that's about mother, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
Val, did you say that we're not going to look at the financials?
Especially
We're
that
going to look at
income.
some of these sheets?
Is that?
This
Yes,
one here.
yes. Here. But that's like Christmas.
I got one.
It wouldn't be this year. It would be this year. This year.
I even
There's
have
the
my.
other number.
So I'll just look at, this is the, get the numbers last month. And so the repairs and maintenance, I'm gonna guess that's part of that pool is 9,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be more.
It's gonna be more.
Yep. We ran into some problems today.
Great. And, did we not budget utilities?
They got grouped into one instead of having utilities, gas, electric,
So-
cell phone. They just grouped it into one utility
What is
before.
it called now?
I found going through today, it's different for everyone. I think for Parks it's utilities other.
Utilities other is 00.
Yes, I
Perfect, we'll take it.
No, I'm
Take
I
it.
have it right here. It's
We
just-
still have to pay it, that's,
Oh.
Yeah, we said to pay it.
we
Yeah,
still have to pay it, but I didn't know what it got.
My-
let me look at my spreadsheet. I'll tell you what it's on. I've got utilities, other,
You're
PKS.
just everywhere.
I don't see it listed anywhere, that's why.
There you go. Is this the report?
That's better.
Okay, there you go, got it.
If I can make it any bigger than that,
Yes.
that's the, but does that help? Just tell me if you need to go down or up or.
Okay, now that's my detailed account, that's what we normally get.
Yeah, you tell me which one it was, and I.
Yeah, I've got a detailed account.
Just tell me if I whiz too fast, I'll just leave it at each page.
Just do one page at a time, and then as we go through it, then we can say next.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so this is page 2.
Yep.
Were there any repairs or like upgrades to the disc golf? And there were some people out there that obviously kind of semi-sponsored. Have there been any like, because I noticed that we're still doing some stuff for it, but
Mhm.
have they done anything to it?
They're still working on the tee pads. And I know that Charles has been out there doing stuff, but he's just been, they put up signs on each, we bought the signs and they put them all up with the post. Rather than we did, or they just, I know that they've been just buying stuff on their own too.
So they're kind of just financing that on their own.
Yeah, a lot of it.
He's moving, isn't he? Isn't Charles moving?
Yeah, he's moving to Japan in July, yeah.
Tell him to invite Sunfish over here to play.
You look tanned or something.
Okay, see what, page 2, page 3.
Computer screen.
Winter tan.
Yeah.
It's all that tennis you've been watching.
Huh?
It's all that tennis you've been watching.
Yeah, actually, that's where my son came. Son, watching my son. Comes from.
Okay, any questions on page 3? Move on to page 4. Any questions on page 4?
Now, what are we really looking for in here? What do you look
Just
for?
looking for anything that stands out that we want to ask questions about. Is what we usually do. There's the pool and color, which you can see now is 98.81 plus more.
We haven't done our summer spending yet for lifeguards and all that kind of stuff and camp stuff, so that'll be, this month we're gonna be spending.
I see we bought the lawnmowers that smashed down the bulls.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, page 5. Anybody else?
So what is amount versus running balance?
The amount of what was
On
spent.
these two, so this one will accumulate. If there are others in the same
So
category.
this is just a month, the total
Yeah,
activity?
it's, typically it's a misnomer number. I'm not sure why our accounting software does that, because we'd have to put it in exactly the same way for this one to go up.
So it's just the recurring expenses that are always there.
And like, here's a good example, we put this thing in duplicated. So you go to running balance, not up on this line item here.
Second.
Bank credit card fees. Oh, now I see what it is, it's running up that way. Tyler's a very strange system.
What's the battery backup that we replaced?
Which one's that?
1300
Yeah.
UPS battery backup.
That's probably to do with the server. We have, server machines that just, you have to change the battery, and then we have an alarm system. Do you know what might have been specific to yours? I don't think you have a server cage, do you?
No, I don't, we shouldn't. We do have, I don't know what that would be.
I'll ask about that. To my knowledge, City Hall's the only one with a server cage, but then maybe.
Service for the software that we run.
We do have alarm systems on, we've had some batteries go out on those.
Okay.
Okay, you guys done page 5?
Sponsorship.
Honestly, about that,
500. Big band. What was that?
that was the sponsorship from, everything was agreed to late last year, with the Bike Across America and Route 66. So that put us in the Missouri Life magazine. That was something that Jason was able to set up. And it's actually a pretty slick looking ad.
That's something we'll continue doing?
I don't think they do it all the time. I don't imagine we would do that regularly. It just was a special, kind of a special activity going on the Route 66 celebration. So we wanted to give people an encouragement to maybe check out Willett while they're here.
I don't remember having that conversation. Seems a
He
little
may
high.
have had it directly with the board.
Huh?
I think he might have had that one directly with the board. I wasn't visiting you guys at the time, but the board
Al, do
did
you remember
approve
that
it.
one?
What's that?
Bike Across America, $2,500 sponsorship that we did.
I don't remember that, but it's been a couple of years ago. Because it didn't come every year. Seems like it was 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. Kidding me. I slept. We might have asked about it, but. Okay, any more questions on that? Page 5? Any questions, guys? Page 6? Mhm. 7? Stop me if you have a question.
Okay.
And there's your utilities, so you guys are utilities
Yeah.
out of
I just keep going on utilities.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Do we have comparisons from last year? Yeah.
None on this report. I can tell you what our average was for last year, though.
We talked a little bit about equipment places and stuff. I know we consider cutting some of that. Is there any,
So our average expense, 2025, we spent a total of $71,000 across the year, with an average of $17,000. Oh, that's including fuel, one moment. 64 with an average of 21. That's weird. Hold on. This is teeny tiny screen. So the electric average 4,144, gas average 371, and then other average 879.98. Total monthly average of 53.96.
And this is for all, oh, that's the right, never mind, first 4 months.
We are running down some utility questions at the pool. It's averaging about $560 a month when the pool is closed, which is obviously something we'd like to see controlled a little bit.
yeah,
Haven't run anything down now because everything's shut off, so it's a bit of a conundrum. Your immediate thought goes to is the heat's still on, but they don't have heat in there to leave on.
so without anything on, we're.
Without anything on, we're averaging 560 kilowatt hours on a bill.
Wow.
So that plus the minimum charges comes to about 560.
Could that be coming from some of the lights in the park?
Nope, they all have their own service system. And the lights are actually, we pay Liberty and they take care of all that, so.
What about things that are just plugged in?
Well, we turned Brenda turned off all the breakers the other day and, I mean, it went quiet, but we didn't really see anything on or run. There's no buzzing or humming from pumps or, that's a lot of electricity,
Mm-hmm.
Can we just leave the breakers off?
perhaps.
Except the sump pump, we have to keep it on.
That's true.
Otherwise the pool will fill up with muck.
Yeah.
Yeah, fish money. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to have to clean out frogs from the old pool. That was my job.
So that is a conundrum, we value that at about $4,000 a year, surprise. So, obviously we're keen to find it.
So could you turn it off and just turn the sump pump on once a week or something, like, I mean, I don't know, just,
Yeah,
or Rachel volunteer to get the frogs out.
totally would.
I'm sure we could find some, kids would love it.
Could we hire someone to get to the bottom of it? Because it sounds like even if we spend $2,000 on someone.
Maybe, we have a Mike, and he's
Take an
a
own
former
meter,
lineman, so we're
test
hoping he
some
can come up with some cunning plans to run it down, but
Yeah.
if it comes down to it, I don't know what the solution might be. Brenda had the idea of hiring a company in to really kind of go through the pool and kick the tires.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be cheap, so, I don't know.
Just have somebody walk through bare feet in water and just touch things. Eventually they're gonna find it.
Gosh.
They'll find it.
That I'm not doing.
Good idea, Eric.
You volunteer, right?
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Let me up my life insurance first.
Well, we'll probably talk about it in a little bit, but there's a few things at the pool that we want to rectify, and that's one of them. The others, we have some safety features that are missing, so we're gonna try to rectify those before pool opens.
I had a question about the leasing. Are we leasing less this year? I feel like we talked about.
We haven't added anything to it, we're not looking to add anything.
But have we subtracted? I feel like Jason said something was no longer leased. I think it might have been like.
I think you said it was tied to the public works department for a while, some lease, and then it was break up this year. That sound
To
familiar?
my knowledge, nothing's changed on the lease yet. We have 2 vehicles that will be paid off, I want to say next month, if not the following. But the board is committed to kind of holding things tight till June, till we reassess. So there's certainly nothing been added to the parks.
Okay.
I certainly can't imagine a scenario where we would want to add something to the parks right now. But I'm
Yeah,
not
we
aware of
used
any
to
of the
get-
leases being paid.
Do we used to get a vehicle for the director?
I don't think so. Jason used to drive his own car around.
Mhm.
We did-
Maybe,
we did have
maybe
a
years
truck
back,
used
but not
in the
since I've been
park,
here.
too. I thought Jason did have a truck for a while. Didn't you? Here?
He did have a truck, but it's been
I think it's just a
long
park truck
time.
though, wasn't it? The white one?
I don't remember what color, I just remember my car.
All I can tell you since I've been here, he drove his own car right up to the day he went, as far as I know. You
Yeah.
ever seen him drive his car, I think?
It was Lamborghini.
No. Bright yellow Lamborghini.
I have one more month, right?
Yeah.
I get it one more month.
No, typically we would do something like that if they have a need to go to a site regularly, and most of what they do is at Parks and Rec, and then they have vehicles to go. You would typically need to go site to site with tools and things.
Well, I don't know which truck we bought a battery for, but we did buy a battery for a truck, so.
I mean, they do have trucks,
I mean, yeah, I thought
just
they do have a truck.
he doesn't have a truck, or didn't have.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to page 9. This is
I
the
think
part
we're
where
good with that, there's nothing we can do in this.
salaries and trades.
There's not.
Okay.
I guess the vast majority of this is gonna be related to the electric install at Jackson Park, which is completed now.
Ian asked how often do we do the shade replacements?
I think this completes the fleet, the pool shades, they
Oh,
generally last a long time. I think that was.
once every 20 years.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
originals.
So-
So we should have another fleet for 20 more years.
Yeah, this is, yeah. this is-
Unless you get some bad weather and forget to take them down, they come take a kicking.
Those might have been the original.
I think.
They would, yeah, they would. They were shaded or
Did
faded
you
and
get one
ripped.
over like the slide top?
Yeah,
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
no more white duct tape.
I was gonna say, that one
Yeah.
looks a little.
Yeah, we replaced some last year, right? And then, I think it was last year, or was it the year before?
We ordered them last year, but they're not gonna bring them until.
I got you. But it should, as I understand it, complete the fleet.
Yeah,
It should be
all new.
all new set.
Okay.
And I think the last page is just flow stuff, or in this case, limited flow stuff.
So, I think that this whole big 33 pages, okay? A couple of things I didn't see on there that was in here. Did we replace some awning?
Guess what we just talked
The
about?
shades.
The shades.
Shades, oh, those shades,
Yeah,
okay,
that's a shade.
that's why I didn't follow, I go, wait a second. It says awning, so that's why
See
it's
yours, Jill.
shades.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other questions on that? Is there a motion to approve the financials?
Make a motion.
Fred made a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ian, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Director's report. Brenda, looks like you're up.
Gave you a little packet. I just wanted to touch base on our seasonal staff salary since we just got off of the budget slide. And our seasonal staff salary line is $270,000. So I wrote down everything that we could possibly think of without very minor, and if we go ahead and do the year like we planned with cutting the pool hours, cutting camp, 2 week, running 10 weeks instead of 12, we're still at 272. So it's gonna be over, and that doesn't include Mallory. This is Mallory, by the way. Mallory is our sports director now. She worked Kids Zone part-time, and now she's full-time as our sports director. She's doing an awesome job. So she jumped right in March when Ashley left, and so she's been working March and April, pretty much full-time capacity, but that money had to come out of seasonal staff because she was considered part-time. So actually, this number is gonna be higher than that, so. And it also doesn't include we always do staff training in the end of May with camp staff and lifeguards, in-service training, CPR, first aid, all that stuff. And that's another, not $5,000 for that, just to get our staff certified to do the year. So then that would bring that up to about 280. So I'm not sure what you want me to do.
What did you say it was last year, comparison?
It was like 330,000.
That's awesome. You shaved off a lot.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna be, and I know
Yeah, last year was
It's not-
336,000.
336, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
But it's not gonna be
60,000 higher.
270 though, it's gonna be more like 280, 290. Unless I can cut another day at the pool. We've already cut 15 hours to the public at the pool and cut 2 weeks off.
Is 270 a mandate or where
That's the budgeted amount authorized by the board.
So we can't spend more than that.
Ideally, no. But they have been told that, we're not gonna be able to zero out the transfer rate.
So we look at less staff for events or less events.
I don't even have special events on there. I have no staff on no events on this list.
And this is like a minimal stuff.
Yeah, this is like if everyone
on it.
shows up at the exact same time and leave at the exact same time.
Oh, that'll happen for sure, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I know that the salary, full-time salary is gonna be lower because we've gone 3 months without a park director, 3 months without an assistant director, and just right on that, so I don't know if that'll
They should offset.
help.
I should offset it.
But will the board of aldermen see that, or, because I know it's a high number, so everyone just goes directly to that number.
Probably won't initially, but as I tend to remind, the goal is to make sure we come in under budget overall. Individual line items are important because they're strategy,
Right.
but the overall goal is, let's make sure we stay under our total authorized spending amount. Now, that may change depending on revenues, we may have to get a work roll, we
Sure.
may have to adjust that a little bit, but
Sure.
the goal is we should be under whatever the board authorized in totality. So, long story short, yes, it should count.
But,
But we want this
And
to
we
be
will
carried
remind them
for
of
next
that,
year.
and they do understand that that is a strategy.
so do we need to stress it and try to get it down to cut $20,000 and close like the pool on one day, or cut camp another week, or
I'm
cut the
comfortable
pool another?
saying it's a good plan, turn it on.
To do what?
Keep trucking.
Doing what you said is good.
Don't cut anything else, we've already cut a lot.
You've got it to the
Keep
bare minimum,
Okay.
so, you know, after that, we start seeing service changes, and I
Okay.
don't think anybody wants that.
Okay,
Our next goal is to start tracking expenses like neatly, entirely, and accurately. So we start painting a better understanding for the board and everybody else. You know, this is what goes into this program. These are the ones that generate, you know, some good for the Parks Department. These ones may be less good for the Parks Department, but instead maybe here's the public benefit. So, you know, next step is tracking all the expenses, tracking what we're doing, delivering the
Are we not paying
the
for the
story.
assistant director currently?
No.
So that's savings, right?
Mhm.
yeah. But if they didn't move that money, you would see that at the end, I guess.
I've skimmed it.
At the moment, my plan is not to
Find it
refill
interesting.
that position.
Yeah.
I think the parks benefit from more staffing help, but the assistant director doesn't help, but there's a certain expectation, I think, from a salary basis for an assistant director, and I think we're just too small for the role that somebody would expect and the pay that somebody would expect. I think they just need help on the ground.
Seems like a good plan to me. Does that sound good? I mean, do you guys, that make sense to you?
Yeah, because Emily and I already divided up Sam's job, and Emily likes, I mean, she can speak for herself, but she likes a lot of the things, the marketing side and the social media side. And Mallory's picked up a lot of the sponsorship side. She's already raised, what, $6,000 for us
Hey, way to go.
by going door to door.
Door to door.
Very good.
And so, and I've just kind of, whatever, I don't know what I do. I just kind of fill
Just
in.
juggle.
You do so much. Try to keep everyone happy, our staff, the morale up. But no, I think this system is working. And then bringing in Edward, I think it works for now. And then maybe this summer I'll probably need to bring in or have somebody do some more part-time stuff just to get us through the summer. And Emily will need more help with camp and getting more part-time people in to help keep part-time staff, not just high school kids, but.
So with that number being met, how do we approach each event, each, summer camp, soccer? As we go along, how do we approach each one of those? Can we do them, and how do we budget for them?
Need more data, and I'll show you something we've built in a minute that hopefully will help us with that.
Okay.
Yeah. We're planning on just keep going with camp, and we're not adding any one-off programs. The only one we did was the daddy-daughter dance, but otherwise we're not doing anything else, just the sports. And the sports has really cut back a lot. And Mallory will give you an update on that, but I'm using her, instead of hiring because last summer I hired, I don't know, Roxanne as a pool manager, but I'm moving Mallory into that more of the aquatic pool manager since she's salaried, and that'll save money on the seasonal staff budget. And plus in the summer, it's just baseball, and so it's just one night a week, so we'll save money by not having part-time staff do that, but of course our revenue's down a little bit.
Thank you for stepping up and helping with that, to figure all that out. I know it's been
It's-
a lot on your shoulders and everyone else's shoulders.
Yeah, and I just attached the pool hours, just if you're interested, and we will start advertising, putting that out there. Springfield, the whole city of Springfield, Parks and Rec, and all their pools are not opening until June 1st. It seems to be a thing right now because of staffing and everything, so your outlying towns like Ashgrove, and then they'll probably open home over the weekend, but this is just our basic pool information. And then Emily will go over her daddy-daughter dance project. Our jump drop-off, we made $500 off of it, but I don't have the expense report because he hasn't given me, the guy that did the dumpsters, he hasn't told me what it cost him to dump it. He was just charging us for each dump that he made with the roll-off. We're looking into a guy approached Brett about mowing Miller Park, just mowing as a volunteer using his equipment, but we're working on to see if that's even legal.
Well, it's, as far as getting the waiver, I think
The waiver.
EMC sounds like, yeah, it's okay, but there's some steps you need to follow, so we've reached out to city attorney to find out, what needs to go in the dreaded waiver that they need to sign, and then once we've got that locked in, I think we're good.
That would be awesome, because that would save us a lot of mowing time.
Holly gets busy, so don't feel bad about going, have you heard from Holly in about a week? I think we might have reached out to her Tuesday.
Okay,
That's great. I think once we have that process developed, maybe.
You can use that for a lot of different things though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, EMC's kind of sort of okay with it, but
EMC?
their guidance is, EMC is our insurance folks. So they're kind of like, you know, they've got to have their own workers' comp, and they got to have their own insurance, they got to have their own this, that, and the other, or they can waive and take all the risk. So most volunteers are going to do that, because, you know, if you're helping, you're not going to go and buy an insurance policy. You're most likely, but some may, but probably not.
If they are, you might not wanna hire them anyway. That's true, 'cause that's a little too fishy.
And all the restrooms are open at the park now finally, so we got the water hooked up to that, so that'll help the field trips coming in. Because the park's really busy in May with the field trips from schools.
Yeah, do we know how many dumpsters that guy hauled off?
He has, I think, around 10, but I don't know what it costs to dump a dumpster. I know if you just go out there, it's like $25, but I don't know what a roll-off costs to dump it.
Probably the weight, I'm guessing, be weight.
Probably wait, yeah.
Yeah, and there
Was
wasn't
it
as busy.
B&H?
Yeah.
So I think he does us a little solid. I don't think he charges by the weight, I think he charges by the drop-off.
Yeah,
But I just can't
that's what he
remember off the
said.
top of my head what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember. But he was really great. We're just working on the pool, getting it ready, working on staffing, summer staff, summer pool stuff, so.
Is there anything you could use the group for?
Emily and I are working on a volunteer list of other volunteer stuff that might come up, so we're gonna try and get that to you guys if you can help.
We're thinking more Freedom Fest, right?
The biggest thing will just be Freedom Fest coming up.
There was an email that you guys had sent out about
Yeah.
the drop-offs.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the.
No, that's all right, and Valerie and Vanessa and Rachel brought her voice, it was great, it was a great turnout.
And Alderman King,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, he was there too, so.
yeah,
That's great.
it was a good help.
Like I know it, like I just work with the youth group, but the church where I go, they painted the pavilion over there a few times. They've done a few things, so they're always looking for stuff to do.
Weeding the flower beds, we haven't even, Brett said we haven't got to any flower beds yet.
They-
So who should we just contact Brett?
Yeah, or you can, text me and I can get, but if you have Brett's number, then, yeah, he said that he's open to that, he'll just kind of tell people, if they're with an adult, they'll know which is flowers and which is weeds, but, and even if they pick a flower, that's fine.
Yes, they will.
But yeah, none of the flower beds have been touched yet, or weed eating, so it's just, we're just trying to get the mowing caught up first and then.
Oh, yeah, that's good, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if your church group was to go weed, it really needs it.
We
Yeah,
could probably, yeah, maybe get a few others.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Most people won't help, they just,
Which I guess there'll be a delay on the mowing.
Yeah,
I heard about that today. Do you know about how long it's gonna take?
I'm not sure, we dropped off the mower at, with Dave at Springfield Mows, so today, so we'll call him tomorrow and see.
Okay.
The other, I think there's one mower still,
Yeah, I'll do that.
half, can work
Halfway
a little,
going.
good, it's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a meeting with them tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
and Mike, so. Take care of that.
Okay, Emily, you're up.
Right. In the
Top
beginning
loud.
of April, we wrapped up our daddy-daughter dance, which did really well. We filled all the spots. We were aiming for about 50 couples. We got a lot of donations, with one of them being you guys. Thank you for that. We got a lot of donations. We got about $895 worth, whether it be flowers for the centerpieces or dinner for that evening.
good job posting that, by the way. Every
Thank
time
you.
somebody donates, that's awesome.
Yes.
Tell them what the
I went to it, it was
video.
awesome.
Got how many?
Yeah.
You, Fred.
Fred's
is-
Dance Moves
Yes.
have gotten about over 500 likes on
Over
Facebook.
500 likes, Fred.
We need you to
Yes.
come dance for us.
I had any idea. I love that.
Did you take pictures or something? or-
I guess they took pictures.
We have a
Somebody-
video, yeah,
somebody-
it's on, go look at our Facebook.
I did look at the
Yeah.
pictures, some of the
Okay.
pictures.
We posted a short little video of a few dads that volunteered to do the YMCA. And the community seemed to love it, so
I go over the top every time, so.
we love it.
Can you send me some of those pictures?
Yeah.
I took of me and my daughter.
For sure, yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah. But that went well. Now we're moving on to Freedom Fest, trying to get that done. We have 37 vendors so far, 19 craft vendors, 18 food vendors. We're pushing parade registrations. I contacted the elementary choir again to do the national anthem before the fireworks, and it sounds
Who was
like
it now?
the elementary choir
Oh,
will
okay.
East. And like we mentioned earlier, Mallory's raised $6,600 in sponsorships for the event.
That's awesome.
And we'll continue pushing that. That's kind of where we are right now.
How many have you gotten parade registration so far? We haven't registered yet, we'll
We
do
have
one.
4 so far. I'm gonna be pushing that one a little more,
Most of
but
them just show up.
that's right.
Do you have a list of everybody that did it last year that you could call?
Yes, yeah.
Or somebody else could call?
Yeah, we'll shoot them emails too, so.
If you need help making phone calls, I think Katie would probably be willing to help.
Okay, thank
She
you.
seems hungry for things to do.
Does she? Okay. We might have a few things for
Yeah,
her.
yeah, feel free to swing by.
Thank you.
On her daddy-daughter dance report is that one page that you have there. We weren't sure where it says other income. These are all just donations that they gave. They didn't give money, but they just gave that. So we didn't know if is it supposed to be on that kind of report and does it count as revenue or should we not have it?
I asked Flower Alma about how much they would sell what they gave us for, and they said like
They gave us
$466 worth. So I put that on there, but
I think it would be good to track it as an in-kind,
Okay, in
just to
kind.
show what we've got.
Okay.
But as far as financials, I wouldn't track it on financials. 'Cause
Okay.
It could be misleading, but I think it's great to highlight, maybe at the end of the year, we've received this much in in-kind donations. You know, people have donated all sorts of stuff, and we valued it at approximately this. I think it tells a great story for the community.
Yeah. I would suggest that one of you girls take time to write all these people thank you note.
we have.
You have, very good.
Yes,
Done.
Thank you.
in the mail.
No, I like that you listed what you got in donations.
This is a really good,
Yeah.
example of how the staff can work with volunteers and people donating, and, there's a lot of stuff that was donated,
Yeah.
so kudos.
Very good. Okay. Next, we're at Mallory.
Yes. So I jumped into soccer. It was a little chaotic in the beginning, but I think we made a really smooth season. I don't think we've had any issues and
This is, I have to say, brag on Mallory, this is the first time we've ever had a sports section, whatever, that I haven't gotten any complaints about.
Wow.
No complaints, and we have 1 week left. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done it now.
But it is, I mean, she's done amazing.
I've coached, I've refed, I've done what I can. I will say I did see a few things, or just a couple things I think we could change that would help maybe the budget a little bit. We kind of discussed going to one shirt for every sport event. We've had a lot of waste in shirts, and it's just become a mess down there with just the piles. Also, I'd like to get rid of the established teams of people coming on and just bringing on their own team. In one team alone, we lost about $500. Yeah, and that's just one team.
How do you lose money on something like that?
They can just pay $200 and sign up as many kids as they want on their team.
Oh,
So by going to individual, making them pay, I mean, just the one team I counted $500. And we had 5 teams do that. So going into baseball, I'm not allowing anybody to bring their own team. I told everybody to sign up. I could put them on the teams that they want to be on, but I think that will help in the future going to different sports.
Do you think they do that just out of necessity, or just because it's easy and
I think it's easy.
why not save some money? I guess my point is, do we have a way for them to know if it is financially driven only? Not because they have to, if there's some sponsorships available. I think, you know what I mean, like somebody, well, my kid can't play because it's not, they can't afford it.
Actually, we just kind of talked about that a little bit. I just asked Brenda if there's something for these kids if they can't afford it.
Because I'm sure we can find, and I've talked to some people that
This
says,
sort
Yeah.
of is, the mayor is, putting on his pay,
oh yeah, that's right.
and so that is available as a pot
Okay.
for people. It's
Yeah.
5,000 a year, and he would likely be very interested to know that it's being used.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
And then I've heard people also say, I know other places they'll do, sign up your kid if you'd like to help sponsor a kid, they can
Mhm.
donate a little extra. I don't know how it works on the books on that end, but that's a good way too, if it's
Okay.
needed.
Yeah, I definitely want to continue just doing stuff like that, but I do think the established team thing, yeah, it's definitely where we've lost a lot of money that I think could change for future supports,
Mhm.
so. Yeah, so we'll start baseball in 2 weeks, and I'm excited for that one, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's move on.
Hey, don't forget me.
Huh?
I might have some
Are
things
you on the
to.
list too?
No, he's
I'm
not
not
on my
on the
list. You will be
I'm not-
next, though.
I'm a quasi-director.
You can talk about the active transportation plan. I've got that, you're on. You want to talk about it? Ian,
Boy, boy, do
Okay, please, Ian, talk.
I. Has anyone gotten a chance to look at that?
Look it up. I had a copy because I said on P and Z, so it was handed out. I tried to get copies for you guys, but he wouldn't give them to me. You can go online and get them and read them, but I had one done for
You
Ian
know I'm
because we had
cheap,
just
Valerie.
talked. What now?
You know I'm cheap.
I know, me too. But Ian was talking a lot about trails and stuff last meeting, so I had to print one up for him. So go ahead, Ian.
So the active transportation plan is exactly what it sounds like. I'm making a big assumption here, I'm kind of hoping maybe someone has an answer that can help me with that. That's where the planning cell for the city, worked with their engineers and devised a long-term and short-term and mid-term plan for, everything from, I mean, it's everything travel related, so that goes all the way down to pedestrians, bikes, cars.
I can find the best map is.
The interesting takeaway that I got from this is that there's one planned greenway within the city limits. And that would also include, if I remember correctly, that's all shared use paths and sideways, or, side paths and shared use pathways.
That's the one.
That's what you think of when you think of is exactly what it sounds like, the greenway. That's a path that's open to both bicycles, to people. It is not tied to a road, so it's not a side path, it's not a sidewalk, it is a standalone path for basically recreation. I think it's very important to point out that the only one that's proposed in the long-term plan is one that's not owned or maintained mostly by the city. It sits in a land trust with Greene County Parks Association, the Greenway Association, excuse me. And I think that's a very impactful point to make when you see this map, all right? Everything else on that map was big assumption being made, put on that map and planned for at the behest and direction of the planning cell. How much buy-in, how much say did recreation and parks have in this
Actually,
process?
this had a lot of stakeholders. This
It
had
did.
schools, fire department showed up, members of the public showed up. Planning and zoning went to, I forget which football game it was, but they had a tent at the football game, and they had, I think, I may misquote the number, but about 120 to 150 people stopped by the booth to provide comments on it. So this is born out of a long process led by Lane Shift, who did a lot of the trail systems in Northwest Arkansas. And that's kind of what, this style is what I would call the Bentonville style. Bentonville went through a similar process where they had the Razorback Trail go more north and south than this one does. And they pulled all the trails more to the west. And they did it quite aggressively as they developed. They made the developers put in, hey, you bought off this piece of the trail, so you can put it in. and then they connected the gap. So that's a lot of what this is trying to do, is look at these trails, look at where they should be, look at where pathways and connections need to be made to guide us in, connecting up our sidewalks, connecting up the trails. How can we make some loops? How can we make things that be interesting for you to walk, bike? This one, as I understand it, the OTO that operates this, not OTO, I'm sorry, the Greenways. They like this one, and the idea is actually that at some point, as I understand it, there may be a road here, or there's just a plan that maybe they take that as a straight line instead of bringing it down here.
Yeah, 'cause there's not a road there now.
Yeah, so maybe they're just talking about taking it through an easement or something. But I heard talk about maybe just making that straight, and maybe the Greenway would take that on, because they'll take you straight to, I forget the park over there, there's a park over
Red
there.
Springs is that way.
Yeah, so they really like that idea, and I think the county really like that idea, so that one may be a project that three entities can get behind, and would be pretty good. These, we hope, hopefully at some point we'll start growing, and hopefully it will grow in a way that does not generate a lot of controversy like down here did.
How are these lines determined? Are these currently streets?
Yeah, a lot of these are gonna follow street lines. This one here is interesting. So down here we have a lift station, which couldn't tell you the year. This is pre-me, but the lift station overfilled a few times, maybe several times, but it flowed down the Greenway property. So the city, as I understand it, there was a supplement, because obviously we've made a mess of the property. But in that supplement, there was an easement acquired. And I think this proposal is supposed to follow that easement through there. But then, of course, it becomes, we have some challenges to get easements and connections and things like that through the back. Down here, we have some existing pathways. We put some of this in last year, which isn't reflected on here. But we're going to try and use this to guide us, and then I think the next plan, if the board approves, is we will ask them if maybe next year we can update the comprehensive plan and make this a part of that plan, and hopefully generate more public input and guidance on what people actually want to see, because obviously documents like this guide what we do and what we ask developers to do as they come to town and propose new things.
One thing Ian had talked about at one point was that the soccer fields, potentially utilizing part of that as walking areas at.
I think it's a great idea.
Where would that be at in here? I can't quite tell.
Very roughly.
Right there,
Right there.
160 up.
So it's not accounted for, that piece?
No, that was an idea at the time,
Sure.
but it's been proposed, and I think that's something honestly we could do in-house. It's just
How easy would that be to tack that onto the plan?
we could probably do that as part of the comprehensive plan. This is considered finalized at this point, so we wouldn't be able to ask them to update it, but
As we move it to the,
we could draw a circle on it on our map. But I think it's one we can tackle.
You mean just around it, on the border, is what you're talking about, at the park?
It depends, it really depends on what you want to do with it and what they, what the public wants to do with it. I just saw that as a way of getting away from mowing it and maintaining it as intensively as it currently is.
I think it'd be a very easy internal project.
Yeah.
Because we could just cut a path through to the bike trail. People just come right off the trail, walk around.
Yeah.
sounds like a good volunteer-led project too.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excellent project for volunteers.
So let me ask you, I know you said the Greenway property, not the Greenway, which is different.
Yeah, it's
down
slightly
here.
different.
So there's also a spring over there too, isn't there?
I'm not sure.
They had a pond, I know I've been there.
And that might have been
Pond.
part of the supplement issue.
In the pond, there was a spring going in that just dammed up, so if you open that up, you're gonna have a spring head there. And are we purchasing that property for cleanup or what?
No, this has been a long, long time ago. This is.
Okay,
I could tell you exactly what year, well before me. All we have is the easements. I don't think there's any interest for them to sell it. I don't think the city could acquire it.
okay.
We just have an easement through there,
Okay, just an
which
easement
I
through there.
believe follows the bottom of the valley line.
Right, okay. Just wondered. Anything else on that, guys?
Natural drainages, I feel like this was Again, it's a concept that's driven by an engineer's mind, and an engineer's mind goes straight to roadways, straight to easements. I look at things like drainages, because that's one of the most important things to protect. I don't know that maybe it was taken into account, maybe it's something we could revisit with a comprehensive plan, but you have multiple drainages that run through the city. You caught this one here, you've got the Mount Pleasant branch that comes through here, that place rips and roars every time it rains coming through. That would be an excellent place. There's already a water easement established for a good portion of that as well.
This would just be a conceptual, so if we were gonna bite off a piece of it, that's when the real engineering would kick in. It's no different than a road plan or any other plan. You have a conceptual, this is what it looks like, this is what we like to do, and then you get in there and you say, all right, you know, we're gonna bite off, I don't know, let's say the county and Greenways and the city come to agreement to work on this. Now we pay an engineer to go out and tell us, all right, make it happen. And then they go, well, you can't do this bit, so we'll have to go up here, and maybe we'll come down here a little bit. Here we'd have to build a bridge, so that's your price and that's your engineered diagram, and then you would execute on that. We wouldn't execute on this. But, you know, if somebody happens to build that here in Valerie's neck of the woods, and they build along this line, we might tell them, hey, that's your problem. You have to figure out how to put that in, because that's on our comprehensive plan. That's what you're supposed to do. So sometimes we get to pass it off, but sometimes if there's nothing there and we do it, we get to bite it. But this is just a concept. This is what we want to aim for. And yes, there probably are many challenges, and like some of this involves going under 160, which, as we're learning with the little bit we're trying to do here, is going to come with a lot of challenges.
There's I don't know. There's definitely a demographic of people that are willing to do and undertake these projects within the city. I don't know what we can do to either foster that or to kind of direct that energy, because if you've looked at the Facebook page lately for
I can't get on there because it puts me in such a foul mood that nobody has anything nice to say anymore.
What's Musk say? You can look, but you don't ever read the responses.
And it's sad because I want to, but it put me in such a funk last year. I can't get on there anymore.
There's a lot.
I want to deal with people who, you know, it's okay to have criticism, but let's deliver a solution. Let's not just keep looking for the gotcha moment. It infuriates me. We're a community and we've got to come together and make things happen, not talk about why things shouldn't have been done. But yes, I agree. I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to come together on this. If there's a way to foster that mindset to where maybe some of the more positive aspects of the community come together and achieve a goal, I think that is fantastic, and I think we should get behind it. The city would surely provide some materials to help stuff.
There's a website called Just Serve, and there's tons of service opportunities. That probably something you can reach out on there and get at it on there. It really, all that is just a collection page, and just everybody has a place to go to find a place to serve and do stuff.
That's
If you get on there, at least they give them an outlet to go there, and then they've connected with the city or whoever.
Yeah, it'd be great.
They don't control it other than that. They just.
I believe there's a lot of people in the city that want to do some stuff, and I think that'd be great if we can connect them to projects.
It's just a portal.
Yeah. Give me some concepts on what can happen. 100%.
Where is this documented at? I don't know.
This should be on our website. I don't know if Mike's got it on there yet. This one I had to dig out of my emails. This is just the draft, but there's a finalized version that was in the last board meeting minutes. I'll make a note to ask Tammy.
How old is this?
I think a lot of those.
Recent.
Yeah, it's very recent. It was just
Very
approved by the
recent.
board.
Yeah.
I think this month, early this month.
I think a lot of the challenges with this is it's achieving mass. We've got a lot of people who would be interested in taking part in, whether that be maintaining an easement, adopting an easement, adopting a side path, adopting a sidewalk. It's just, how do you achieve mass, which is getting a concentration on the objective that you're trying to accomplish.
That's a good
I
question.
like the idea of a portal, but at the same time, I keep trying to bring it back to, like, we've gotta find a way to get some kind of targeted nonprofit that directly benefits us that we can use to grab people and come to work for this, specifically for the city. Or if we can't do that, find ways to use other
There
people's
was some
funds.
good critical mass, and I don't know if Jason maybe left the contact somewhere, but remember when he was talking about the pump track and some bike projects? I mean, there were people that showed up for that, a lot of biking enthusiasts, trail enthusiasts.
We still have people asking about the status of that.
So I mean, maybe we leverage that into, you know, Springfield beat us to that one, but we had a lofty goal of trying to get some of these trails, and maybe that's a way to connect some people to a target. And then they can just, you know, pick one essentially. Some of this we do want the developers to get behind as they come in, and I think they will come once we get the growth moving. You know, then they can handle paved trails, sidewalks, wider sidewalks. Do you remember off the top of your head, was Mike going for 8 foot or 10 foot
5
side?
foot.
5 foot was regular, but I think there was something
There was
trail
some other
ones.
ones that were gonna be wider that we discussed.
Yeah, I can't remember what width he was ultimately trying to settle on, but basically, if they're on a piece of this trail, it'll be a wider sidewalk section so that you can have that two-way trail system going on.
I can't remember either, it was 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Right around that.
I switch gears so much, I sometimes feel like I'm spinning in a circle, but I know it's been talked about, I don't think they've settled on it yet. But they'll bite that off, and that'll be a good trail system, and we get to kind of get ahead of the curve on stuff like this. We can look at other communities that are playing catch-up, they've already built up around their city, and now they're trying to put trails in the middle. We can do it as we build. We're in a good spot to do that.
I see a lot of stuff. But I guess if we're talking Parks and Rec, we have an angle to work and play there. Like you've got Rocky Barrens, you can't see it on here. Rocky Barrens is owned by the Conservation Department. It's not going anywhere. What most people don't realize is that there's an adjacent, probably 300 acres north of Rocky Barrens. It's contiguous to that property. It's in a conservation easement with the state. And it's, I want to say it's some kind of like living will or something where that property it's eventually going to become an extension of that. But again, that's what is going to become a big part of, what do you want to call it, the matrix when Willard continues to grow. There's an opportunity to talk about easement trails there, which I don't know that anyone's even discussed. It's just,
We try to keep it kind of in the realm of plausible direction, but, yeah, I mean, Willard of 20 years, we may well be branching up. It's got a lot of depends behind it. We gotta get the sewer in that area.
You know, I've lived in Willard 40-some years and I have never been to Rocky Barrens. I drive by it all the time.
I never
I never even heard of it, so I had to
Yeah,
check it
it's
out.
just off of O and
That's right.
105.
Because
Yeah,
you can't see it from the road, you can only see a sign.
Yeah,
Huh.
and then there's a little parking area and there's a trail that goes back into it. Yeah.
and as you develop in that direction, and as you see more houses going, the MDC is going to change what you're capable of doing there. It's already limited to archery only. Eventually, they will be even reconsidering that, and then it's like, what does that property become? At this rate, it's gonna be some extension of whatever we decide the matrix looks like for Willard as far as natural areas, parks, areas to recreate. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think there's one reference to it in that document there, so it's, I don't know.
Val, when a new developer comes in, do they have to provide any kind of path?
Yeah, sidewalks and they don't always have to provide it, but we like it better when they do.
Certain amount of open space.
Certain amount of
depending on
open space is required.
Depends on whether they're doing planned development, mixed use, or just regular residential, but yeah, there's a certain amount of expectation there that we might negotiate off a extra park table or something for an extra sidewalk. Yeah, they have to put in something that benefits. We're obviously a bedroom community, as the Economic Development Task Force that kind of lent towards we need to provide things that people can do when they come home from work in Springfield, because that's the reality of what we have. So businesses that are open at night, things to do when you're at home, so.
Totally right.
I think this is one of those things that kind of helps with that. And
So a lot of people were coming in as planned development, which allowed them to have smaller lots. Still the same amount of property, but that extra smaller lot, what's left over, had to be put into green space somewhere, okay? So some places have a small park, some places have a trail, some places just have green space, and so.
Yeah, Trendsetter, that's a good example. And then, is it Stony Bridge? I can't remember the one that's south.
Which one?
Is it Stonebridge, Stony Bridge?
There's Stone Bridge,
The one that's
Hoffman
south of
Hills.
Trendsetter,
Oh, yeah, I think that's Stone
because
Bridge.
they've got some open space in there as well.
Yeah,
And they've done some sidewalks and connectivity.
so, I don't know, but, what is it, Bear Acres it's called there? Rocky Bears, yeah. That's gonna take a while for the city to get close to there.
Never say
It's not
never.
that far,
Never say never.
never say never, but, you know, anything that we have has to be at least contiguous to the city for us to annex it.
And that's exactly why I brought up bringing in third parties to either shelter this land that we're looking to protect, or to work on putting this land into a land trust that is through a Greene County association or some kind of nonprofit. There's a lot of other opportunities there besides just using someone else's money. It's being able to do something like that.
Right.
I think it's a really good idea. Kind of basically working like the Greenways does.
Well, that's exactly why I say that. I looked at that and I said, that's the biggest downside to what was developed. And they did every single thing correctly. It's a wonderful SWOT analysis. It's a wonderful assessment as far as travelability, what best serves the public. But it is limited by design to what we can currently achieve within those annexed boundaries. You look at Sac River, you look down south, you've got Clear Creek. Those are both parallels. They're excellent places to look at putting a greenway. And by the time you start developing, or by the time you start having developers come in and wave around $1.5 million paychecks in people's faces, the last thing they're going to be considering is maybe I should talk to that guy about the recreation easement for 40 yards off of the creek. If you're not having those conversations now, when they start waving $1.5 million checks, they're not going to be having those conversations with you. So that's why I look at it like, what can we accomplish with these partners? And we should be talking to these partners about an interest in these things, or at least having an understanding about what they want to do. Because if you look at like the Greenway Association's plans from the initial 93 assessment, just like that one, they planned on developing Little Sac all the way to Rocky Bear. Are they still planning to do that? That's a conversation we should be having, because if they're building in our backyard and we're trying to do the same thing, maybe we could be talking on the same page.
I think John Montgomery's been very open and stuff, so I think it's opportunities that arise to partnership, kind of like with this one. I think they would be interested in, obviously if they can afford it,
Yeah.
if it's their plan, but yeah, I think there's opportunities that we have. I like the idea of securing those trails another way. That I could see the public getting behind.
Is the targeted audience on here more P and Z, or
What's that, sorry?
the targeted audience for this? Who's mostly going to consume this?
Well, we hope the public would look at it. I mean, if they've had some involvement in it, I think, it's gonna take the public's support to get it done, because if we start doing something and then half the public revolts, because, well, we don't want it like that,
Yeah.
that's not helpful at that time. Hopefully if we can get the board to get behind a comprehensive plan, which does tend to be very expensive, it'll give another opportunity for the public to realize this exists and maybe offer input before we incorporate it as part of the comprehensive plan.
I'd love to share it on my Facebook.
Yeah,
if-
I'm
if
gonna
I
ask
access
Tammy to make sure it's on the website tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
we'll let you guys know where it is.
Sweet.
Okay, are we done with that?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know, I let you talk as long as you
That's
guys
good,
want to talk,
good.
I'm not gonna stop you
Good input.
at all. There's always information to be
How
learned.
did you find this again?
I asked for it.
After this last meeting, we were talking, and he was talking about trails, I said, you should get this, you know, and I called Tammy, I said, make me get a copy, he's gonna come by and pick one up.
I think it's a beautifully, critically important part of our community because it is, I mean, look at your seal has the train symbolic of the Frisco that ran through here, which is now, at that point, was the lifeblood of the community. And at this point, it is the thing that people think of when they think of Willard. You think of the Greenway, and you think of the veteran community, the quality of life of living in Springfield, close enough to Spring, it's like at arm's reach. How do you keep it that way?
Yeah.
I think that you cultivate that image, and you continue to make this city a destination city for its walkability and its trailways.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, you're gonna clarify and confirm membership in terms of the park, because there's a big mess right now, right?
It was, not anymore.
Not anymore?
It was such a mess that we just decided, well, let's just have the board pass a resolution that clarifies all the terms, all the dates, all the people. So we did that Monday night.
Okay,
So your terms that you may or may not have had at the time that you took your position are basically null and void, and now they're on this resolution, so you know exactly when your term is up. It was a good time to do it because the election results just got certified, so it's a new governing body session begun. They usually appoint, you know, mayor pro tem, all the other positions, so we slipped this one in to tidy it up and get that fixed. So you guys' terms will end every April, obviously staggered according to the resolution.
so we're only gonna be one-year terms instead of 3?
No, you'll be 3, you're still 3, what I'm saying is every April there'll be some
Somebody, so,
terms will be
so,
up.
yeah, you might wanna give me a list of who's gonna be up next, or how you're gonna start that. I guess I'm number 1 since I've been
Didn't they put it
expired
in
for a year, you know, half a year.
Hold on. They didn't put it in this thing?
In my stuff, no.
Well, they may not have put it in your stuff, because I think they like to mess with you, but did they put it in
They
everybody
do like
else's
to mess
stuff?
with me. Like to make me ask for stuff.
Hey, it's easier if you don't put it in there, because then you can,
All right, here it is.
you can just
So,
say, no, it's actually,
Valerie, your term expires in 2028.
Okay, I figured.
Fred, 2027.
Okay, hold on a second. 2027,
Yeah.
okay,
Ian, 2028.
okay,
Vanessa, 2027.
okay,
That was a confirmation of the current terms. The terms that had no date. Rachel expires 2029.
okay,
Eric is 2029.
okay,
And Brooke is 2029.
okay. Well, I know Brooke was talking about leaving, so, at the end of her term.
If she leaves at the end of her term, now we've extended it, I guess.
Well, you might
You're
want to talk to Brooke,
Yeah.
because she did talk about it, looking to
If she
leave.
does, so the benefit of having the terms locked in and stated, what you're supposed to do, when someone resigns midterm, another person is appointed to serve the remainder of the term.
That's right,
So-
that's how everything got
So
all
she's
messed
still
up.
free, yeah, exactly. So she's still free to, if she's at a
Okay.
point where she wants to call it a day, that's absolutely fine, and then we would just appoint someone else to finish up her April 2029 term.
Okay, so let me review. I'm 2028, Fred is 27, Ian is 28, Vanessa's 27, Rachel, Eric, and Brooke are all 29.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
And then what we discussed, just as a heads up, if, because I'm not sure exactly when I think Rachel has,
she's last year put on, so.
yeah, so she'd be up for election next year, so potentially if somebody else ran against her and won, the board would elect a new appointment, they would finish up Rachel's term. Just for kind of a way of clarification on that.
Well, that's kind of like what we do for P and Z.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, have a board member on P and Z.
Yeah.
There's
And that comes up, and
somebody
that
else
gets
runs
renewed
instead of
every,
Rachel.
that changes every year if
75
they
votes or
choose.
something.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
An alder on the P and Z?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's-
All around P and Z.
I think it's worked well, because I think we got the idea for you guys from P and Z, because it just gives you another angle into what the board's thinking, and so.
Is this yours?
Right. So with Rachel would be, then Rachel, you got her down to 2029. She's an alder, so should we have an end of her term? Because she wouldn't actually end until the board decided to replace her.
Yeah, I mean, that's the practice, but the attorney said she would need to attend.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah,
Because I just found out we had.
that was my thought, I didn't put a term in there, but, yeah, the attorney
Okay.
said we gotta put a date in there, because
Okay.
it's 3-year term max.
All right. Okey dokey, well, let's move on, new business. He's got babies at home. You do. Any new business?
No new business.
Okay, old business?
Looking at my list, I guess I can give you some updates on some of this stuff. We're hoping that with the Jackson Street paths being finished, we can get some food truck rentals in there. Mike has suggested maybe trying to get water to some of those paths so we can rent them. And then that'll give the kids a place to swim and then run out and eat.
Oh,
and
it's
then-
food truck at Jackson Street Park?
Yeah, right here, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's always stuff going on there, kids playing on the playground and parents sitting in the pavilion, so. We're hoping we can get some functional pad sites. And they can run out from the pool, eat, and then run back in and puke in the pool, maybe,
Perfect.
I don't know. I'm sure they will, I'm sure they will. But we're just trying to get creative with the revenue there. And then I did have a note on here, we've already discussed it, because the parks director's hired, sports coordinators is now filled, as of this Monday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think everything else has been covered, and then I can just give you a quick overview of what we're gonna try to work on. We're gonna use this to start tracking actual spending on programs. And then we'll print these out as part of the financials,
Okay, that'd be perfect.
so you can adopt it as a treasurer's report.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for those that are curious outside, there's a public side, so they can go in and kind of see what the spending is on the programs.
Perfect.
It's part of what we're trying to do for budget transparency for the citywide. This is just program level budgeting for the parks, so I'm hoping that'll prove
Okay,
helpful.
so we'll get copies like this to you now.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, great.
And that is all my little notes.
Okay. You guys done? Shall we adjourn the meeting? Need a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Eric? With the motion,
One second.
good second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.